I'm on the train to Ajax now. I'm going to the GO station, then I'm riding my bike 8 kilometers north to Pine Ridge Memorial Gardens. I'm going to visit 2 graves and 1 house. First grave is Faiza Hussein. She was 17 years old when she died. The other grave is her best friend at the time, 16 years old, Asma Adan. They died together in a terrible car crash 20 years ago today, May 6, 2001. After that, I'm going to go to a house nearby that's the site of a second Hussein family tragedy. The reason I'm going is that I'm researching a book on the Danforth shooter. This is the guy who walked down Danforth Avenue in Toronto 3 years ago, summer evening, shot 15 people. 2 of them died. Others left with lifelong injuries. His name was Faisal Hussein. Faiza Hussein, whose grave I'm visiting, was his elder sister. I think this car accident is what started the whole family on its downhill spiral. 20 years ago, May 6th, it was a beautiful spring day, clear sky, high of 16. Faiza and Asma and a third friend decided to spend the day together down at the lake in Scarborough, at the Scarborough Bluffs. Bluffers Park it's called. The girls were attending school in Scarborough, the Moriah School for Girls, at this mosque on Lawrence Avenue East. They went down to Bluffers Park for the day. Beautiful park, beautiful beach. I've been there many times. These are Google Street View images. They ran into some boys they knew, 4 boys, and they left the park together. The boys went first, the girls followed in a blue Honda Accord. Asma was driving. The girls had their windows open and no seatbelts fastened. They get to the top of the hill, they pass through the intersection at Kingston Road, and they're northbound on Brimley Road. There are 2 northbound lanes, there was no bike lane then, and they're in the passing lane. Boys in front, girls behind, and then Asma starts clowning around. She goes into the inside lane and out, inside lane and out. Then she decides to pass the boys on the inside lane. She's speeding, she pulls in front of them and loses control of the car, passes into the oncoming traffic, hits a minivan head on. The minivan vaults over the car, lands on its roof. The people are badly injured. The woman was pregnant. She lost the baby. Asma's car spins around 360 degrees. The girls in front are ejected from the front windows. Faiza remains in the back. Asma and Faiza are killed, and the third girl is critically injured with permanent brain damage. Terrible accident. Didn't have to happen. Good weather, broad daylight, perfect road conditions, and the eventual Danforth shooter, Faisal, was 11 years old at the time. Well, here it is. In loving memory, Faiza Hussein, cherished daughter and sister, forever in our hearts. And Asma was buried at the same time, just 2 rows away. And it looks like somebody has been here this morning. Is that fresh? Hard to say. Very sad. And the house I'm going to is 1 kilometer as the crow flies right through those trees. There were 4 children in the Hussein family. Faiza was the eldest. Faisal, the Danforth shooter, was the youngest with his twin brother Faraz. They were fraternal twins as opposed to identical twins. And in the middle was Fahad. And Fahad got himself into some big trouble. In 2015, he was out in Saskatoon. He got picked up for trafficking in crack cocaine. He got bail, and his bail condition was that he come back to Toronto and live with his parents in Thorncliffe Park, pending his trial. In early 2017, he was still in Thorncliffe Park, still waiting for his trial. It seems that he was shooting off a shotgun in the ravine near the apartment. Neighbors called police. Fahad started running. Police sent a dog after him. Dog bit him. He was arrested and put in jail again, but he again got bail. He's now living in Pickering with his childhood friend, but he started drinking and he started getting into drugs, and he overdosed. He didn't just overdose, he went into a coma. Somebody dropped him off at the hospital, nobody knows who, and he stayed in a coma. This was 4 years ago. He's still in a coma. He's a permanent vegetable. And so I'm heading now to the house where he was living when all this happened. I've lost the audio to this clip, but I am riding through Fahad's neighborhood in Pickering, where he was living in 2017 when he was out on bail. You will see his house, big house, over my left shoulder. So to the right of the screen. Nice house, he had it all to himself. It was a friend's house, and I will turn the camera to show what he could see from the front of his house, which is a park, and then beyond the trees, 1 kilometer, is his sister's grave. I'm going to continue my research on the Danforth shooter. During the pandemic, it has not been easy, but already I know that the Toronto police have covered up a lot of what they know, and they deliberately have not followed up on many promising leads.